Hi, I wanted to show you the rhythm manipulative that I made using the Smart Notebook software on my computer. As you can see, I have labeled the time signature on the left, and I have labeled each downbeat and upbeat, and so that each beat is worth the two bars, the darker blue and the lighter blue. And we use the Takadimi rhythm counting system, but this could be applicable for counting with numbers. You could probably use the Gordon method with it. You can just use lots of different things, or you could eliminate them completely if you didn't want to use them as an aid. The reason that I developed this was because my students were having issues understanding the durations of dotted notes, and in one of our songs we have a rhythm that looks like this. Right. So what I did was I had the students locate this rhythm in their scores and showed them that it was just as it was written in their scores. And then I asked them to audiate the rhythm and to notice that the note heads lined up with the syllables that they should be saying. And we also use a patch-in movement with ups and downs, and so they can also see which direction their hands should be going as they're doing it. As I showed them the dotted note, I also then showed them that it was the same as a quarter note plus an eighth note, and that's actually what the dot means. And for some of them, this is when the light bulb really came on, because they could see them side by side. And then I also showed them that a dotted quarter was also just like 3 eighth notes all put together. So then when I clear this off, you can see so they could just simply perform that rhythm after they had audiated it. So then I asked them to go through their entire score and see if they could find the most difficult rhythm possible. And as soon as we started doing that, I'd put them up, or I'd have a student come up to the smart board, and they could actually take their hands and drag the notes to where they should be. I had the rest of the class check their work to see how they did. And there was one situation where I had, there's a rhythm that has 3 eighth notes that are beamed together. And so some students weren't sure how to do that, and other students figured out that they could put just 3 eighth notes together, and so I complimented them on their problem solving. I also have gone and made other versions of this. On this next screen, this is to the subdivision level, so I've added in the ta, ka, and the di, mi. And then when you put the notes in that situation, then you can also see that the heads line up with the syllable that the student should say. So I've done all the combinations of eighths and sixteenths, dotted eighth, so that the students could also try and put those in. I also have a single 16th note so that they could line that up next to, or 16th note, so they could line that up next to an eighth note and see how that really looks. I haven't used these yet in class, but I did an example in 3/4 and also lined everything up, and then to the subdivision level as well, and then started experimenting a little bit with 6/8. And you can see here we use a patch-in that goes down and then has 2 upbeats, so we have ta, ki, da. And then I also have the subdivision so they can see the tava, kidi, dama. So this is just something in its development phase. As I went through, it was kind of cool when we had a tie in the score for the students to see me break out the markers, and so then I would just simply draw in the tie, or if there was an eighth rest, I would draw that in as well. So that was kind of a cool way to use the smart software and to show them now that these are kind of together. So I would circle them sometimes as well so they could see that they're combined as one. So that's a little bit in a nutshell about my Smart Notebook Manipulative. Hope you like it.